Hello, today we are doing the last part of unit number 1 of term 2, metals and materials. Okay, remember we said we will do 3 units, and the first unit is atoms, and we have covered the 1.1, which is the particles. On the first lesson we have covered 1.2, 1.3, 1.31, 1.32 in lesson number 2, and today we are going to cover 1.4, which is mixtures, and will be the third lesson, and that will be the last lesson for unit number 1. Okay, actually I forgot to show you. You see, this is an atom, this is a nucleus, and they are electrons moving around the nucleus. Just an interesting observation from me. Okay, so now we need to go to 1.4 mixtures, that is on page 119 of your textbook. Okay, let's scroll it up a bit. Yes, there we see mixtures now. Mixtures are found everywhere in everyday life. The air that is inhaled is a mixture. The air that we breathe in is a mixture of gases. Fruit salad is a mixture of fruits. Sausages are a mixture of meat, fat, and herbs. Many other examples can be named. So these are the example of mixtures. It's the air, number 1. Number 2 is the fruit salad. Number 3 is a sausage. Okay. What are the properties of a mixture? The components are not in a specific ratio. You can mix anyhow that you want, okay? But remember, compounds, the ratio stays the same. Components retain their own properties, okay? So the strawberry will have the strawberry properties. The what is that? The grape will have a grape properties, and the berry will have the berry properties, and the kiwi fruit will have the kiwi fruit properties. Okay, so they stay and retain their own properties, and their components can be separated by physical means. Remember, for compounds we can separate them by chemical means, which is heating, electrolysis, and yeah, and which is the decomposition process, and elements we cannot break them down. Okay, so here they say elements and compounds are often mixed together. We can distinguish between mixtures and pure materials. Let's read this line again. Elements and or compounds are often mixed together. We can distinguish between mixtures and pure materials. So let's look at matter, and we have mixtures and we have pure materials. Okay, so we have already dealt with pure materials. You remember it was elements and compounds. Okay, and elements, we get them from the periodic table, and the compounds, it's 2 or more atoms bonded together, okay, of different atoms. So let's start with pure materials because we already know them. They say particles are the same, and then pure materials can be elements, excuse me, and can be compounds. Compounds can be broken down chemically into simpler parts. We know what is simpler parts, right? For example, we've got helium gas, we've got iron, we've got copper. These are elements. Then compounds, we have distilled water, we have table salt, we have carbon dioxide. Now let's look at mixtures. Mixtures are particles that are not all the same. 2 or more materials that are mixed without chemically reacting with each other. And mixtures are impure and particles are different. Okay, they are mixed together and they are not chemical reacting. Okay, mixtures are impure and particles differ. Okay, elements and compounds are pure, particles are the same, and they can be broken down into simpler parts, that is compounds. Okay, example of mixtures. Tap water contains chemical like chlorine to make it suitable for use. Okay, so you see here, these two examples. Here is distilled water and here is tap water. Okay, for mixture. So please don't confuse them. I will explain what is distilled water. And then seawater contains salt and sand. It is a mixture. If you've been to the seaside or the beach, you will see seawater has got salt and sand. So it's a mixture. Air contains different gases, smoke, particles, dust, etc. It is a mixture. So please know examples of mixtures. Okay, tap water, seawater, and air. Okay. So matter can be broken down into pure materials and mixtures. Pure materials is both compounds and elements, and mixtures is mixtures, and the examples are there. Okay, so now we know what are mixtures. Let's go down a bit. Now they say mixtures, they can be separated by physical means. First one is hand sorting, separating funnel. You've done this a lot in grade 6, grade 7. Okay, mixtures are separated by physical means, while chemical compounds can be separated by chemical means. Okay, and does this brings us to the end of mixtures? Let me see before we start with the exercise. And let's move quickly. Yes, it brings us to the end of unit number 1. So please, you can start with exercise number 11 all the way from number 1 and to number 4 in page 122. Exercise number 11, starting in page 120, number 1 to number 4 in page 122. So that brings us to the end of unit number 1 of matters and materials. And we still have 2 more units to complete. Okay, thank you.